Today, we're diving into a framework that can totally transform your career. It's called the Level 7 Mindset. And honestly, understanding this is the difference between just being good at your job and becoming truly visionary. So, have you ever been in this situation? You're on a project, the team is brilliant, you've got all the resources you could ask for, and yet it just completely goes off the rails. You're left standing there thinking, wait, what just happened? How did we get this so wrong? Well, here's the thing. Most of the time, the problem isn't the people or the budget, it's the thinking. It's a failure of perspective, really. It's about not seeing the whole picture. And that's where a totally different kind of mindset comes into play. And that is exactly what we're calling the level 7 mindset. Now, this isn't about having a higher IQ. It's about operating with a different quality of thought. It's about shifting from just, solving the problem in front of you to actually architecting the entire solution. So what is it exactly? Well, level 7 thinking is basically the peak stage of how we develop cognitively. It's a powerful blend of three key skills: abstract systems thinking, having strategic foresight, and what you might call radical adaptability. It's about seeing the entire system, not just the parts, predicting what's coming next, and being able to pivot on a dime when things change. Okay, I know that sounds a little abstract, so let's make it real. We're going to break this down into 6 clear, observable signs that will help you spot a level 7 thinker, or even better, help you become one. So think of these 6 signs as our roadmap for the next few minutes. We're going to kick things off with number 1, strategic foresight. The first sign is all about playing chess, not checkers. You see, an average manager plans a product launch for the market as it is today, but a level 7 thinker, they're already thinking about where the market, the tech, and the customer are going to be in a year or even 2. They're always looking past the horizon. Second, you've got adaptive problem solving. Level 7 thinkers have absolutely no ego tied up in their original plan. The moment new data comes in that proves their initial assumptions wrong, they don't just barrel ahead. Nope, they stop, they reevaluate, and they pivot. For them, getting the right outcome is way more important than being right. Number 3, and this one is so important, is abstract systems thinking. This is the ability to see all the invisible threads connecting every single part of a business. A level 7 thinker just gets that changing the sales team's commission structure isn't just a sales thing. It's going to have ripple effects on engineering, on product quality, and even on customer support down the line. And that leads us right into our 4th sign, second-order thinking. This is just the simple, disciplined habit of asking, okay, and then what? So, for example, a new work from anywhere policy sounds great, right? That's the first-order effect. But the second-order effects, what about the impact on mentoring junior employees? Or the strain on team culture? Or even the effect on the little coffee shop near the old office? Sign number 5 is what we call mental model agility. A level 7 thinker is like a master mechanic with a huge toolkit. When they see a problem like high employee turnover, they don't just see it as a line on a spreadsheet. They put on their psychologist hat to understand burnout, their engineer hat to spot clunky processes, and their economist hat to analyze the job market. They look at it from every angle. And finally, number 6, principled decision-making. This is all about having a true north. It's about grounding your choices in core values. So when the pressure is on to boost this quarter's profits, a level 7 leader might still choose a more expensive, sustainable supplier. Why? Because it aligns with the company's long-term mission and builds a brand that people actually trust. All right, now let's zoom in on that systems thinking piece for a second, because this is probably the biggest jump you can make. It's about moving from that narrow, siloed view to seeing the entire interconnected chessboard of your organization. And this slide just shows the difference perfectly. A budget cut comes down from on high. The siloed manager immediately cuts their department's travel budget. It's quick, it's easy, and it solves their problem. The systems thinker, they see the whole board. They go and renegotiate a major vendor contract, which ends up saving money for 3 other departments too. Same problem, but a completely different and better quality of solution. So let's get down to it. Why does any of this actually matter for your career? Because this isn't just some interesting theory. It's a real pathway to a cognitive upgrade. It helps you not just to think better, but to achieve a whole lot more. Look, here's the bottom line. When you start to cultivate a level 7 mindset, you can actually start to anticipate market shifts before anyone else. You can lead your team through really complex situations with confidence. You stop being just a manager of tasks and you become a real visionary.
And ultimately, you make decisions that actually last. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? The quality of your thinking dictates the quality of your decisions. And your decisions, well, they shape everything else. So when you improve your thinking, you create this incredible ripple effect through your entire career. So I want to leave you with this one question. Think about a decision or a challenge that you're facing right now, this week. How would applying these 6 signs totally transform how you approach it? What kind of a different and better outcome could you create? Thanks for tuning in.